In this episode, we're talking about how you can eat your way around the holidays without sabotaging your fertility. Welcome to the Finally Get Pregnant Naturally podcast, the podcast helping women identify the real reasons you haven't conceived or stayed pregnant so you and your partner can finally grow the family of your dreams. I'm your host, Dr. Katie Wood. Let's dive in, shall we? 3 things you'll learn in today's episode is how holiday foods can impact your hormones, blood sugar, and inflammation, the biggest fertility mistakes women make around holiday eating, and how to eat in a way that feels joyful and supportive of your fertility. So I know today's episode is one so many of you need to hear during this season. Because the holidays can feel like a minefield when you're trying to conceive. There's pressure to indulge, maybe even a little bit of FOMO. There's fear of messing something up. And then there's often guilt that follows around certain food choices, which adds to our stress levels. So today we're going to be talking about how to enjoy holiday meals without stressing your hormones, spiking inflammation, or throwing your fertility off track, and how to nourish your body in a way that actually supports conception and fills your cup up around the holidays as well. So let's talk about how certain holiday eating can impact your fertility more than you think, because food is what is going to basically nourish your hormones in one way or the other. So during the holidays, we actually tend to see a lot more sugar, more refined carbs, more alcohol, heavier inflammatory fats. We fall out of our routines, we're eating later in the day, we're having poor sleep, and all of this can have a negative impact on your blood sugar regulation, cortisol levels, estrogen metabolism, progesterone production, your overall inflammation, and your gut health. And here's the key. Fertility is going to thrive in a stable, nourished, and well-regulated body, not in crazy restriction mode or also like chaos as well. So the issue isn't necessarily enjoying holiday foods, it's the repeated blood sugar spikes, skipped meals, under eating earlier in the day, and then maybe overindulging later at night. And this pattern signals stress to the body, and stress hormones compete directly with our reproductive hormones. So let's talk about the biggest holiday eating mistakes I see. Mistake number one, skipping meals with the perception of quote unquote saving calories for later on, maybe if you have a party to go to. This is one of the biggest fertility disruptors because, especially skipping breakfast or lunch so you can earn your holiday meal or indulgence or whatever it may be, this is going to lead to blood sugar crashes, elevated cortisol, overeating later, and then also having poor progesterone support overall. And your body's not going to feel safe in this environment, and safety is essential for ovulation and implantation. Mistake number two, having all or nothing thinking. So if you think to yourself, I already ate cookies, so I might as well just go all in and keep on going. This mindset can create stress, guilt, and overall inflammation in the body, which does more harm than the food itself. One meal in and of itself is not going to sabotage your fertility, but following the mindset of, I already did this, so I might as well just keep going, or having chronic stress about it, or being highly restrictive can sabotage fertility. So, mistake number three, ignoring protein and minerals. Holiday plates tend to be very carb heavy and protein light, but our fertility needs amino acids for healthy hormone production, and we need a variety of minerals like zinc, iron, and magnesium for ovulation. And also, we need to make sure that we're stabilizing our blood sugar, because without protein and minerals, which are the spark plugs of our cells, our hormones can suffer, especially our progesterone. And if I know you, you do not want to be going into the new year already depleted and having things kind of going awry. So, how can you eat during the holidays to support your fertility? Let's talk about a more fertility supportive approach, but not perfection, right? So, the 80-20 rule, 90-10 rule, wherever you fall in between those two. So, number one, we want to anchor every meal with some sort of protein. So, this could look like turkey, chicken, eggs, beef, fish, Greek yogurt, collagen rich bone broth. This protein is going to stabilize your blood sugar, support ovulation, and help prevent cortisol and blood sugar spikes. Number two, don't skip breakfast even if you're not feeling hungry in the morning. If you're not hungry in the morning, then this is often a sign of stress, blood sugar dysregulation, or a lower thyroid output, and your metabolism is just being a little sluggish. Having a protein rich breakfast is going to signal safety to your hormones, support your metabolism, and it's going to basically set your day for success. It's going to help regulate your cortisol and your blood sugar. You want to build a fertility friendly plate. So you don't need to avoid holiday foods. This episode is not about criticizing holiday foods by any means. It's just how can we find balance with them and how can we support our body as well. So aiming for around a half a plate of veggies, quarter plate of protein, quarter plate of carbs, or your favorites and healthy fats. And I do like to say you can eat in a certain way to support your blood sugar as well. Have your protein and your veggies first, and then go to your carbs and maybe your sweets that you like to enjoy. And this is going to help support insulin sensitivity. So, number four, we want to support your digestion. Holiday foods tend to be heavier, so you can support your digestion with slower, mindful eating, making sure that you're chewing your food thoroughly, using ginger or peppermint tea, and taking a short 10-minute walk after a meal as well, because better digestion is going to help with better nutrient absorption, which is better for your fertility. Number five, hydrate and mineralize. Dehydration worsens inflammation and hormone imbalance, and it makes you feel pretty crappy too. So you want to make sure that you're drinking water between meals. You are remineralizing your water, whether it's with a quality sea salt or something like trace minerals, and including mineral-rich foods like bone broth as well, because minerals are critical for ovulation and implantation health. And I also want to note that emotional safety matters just as much as the food that you're eating. And this is really important piece to discuss because food stress is more damaging to our fertility than the food itself. So if you're eating something and you immediately feel guilt, fear, or shame, that stress response is going to increase cortisol. So instead, follow the things that I recommended in terms of supporting your body, your fertility during the holiday season. You can practice gratitude, practice being present in the moment, being thankful for your meal, for your food, for the time that you have with your family, friends, and loved ones. And also just give yourself permission to indulge a little bit. Maybe the majority of the time you have a 90-20 philosophy in terms of how you eat. And maybe around the holidays, you kind of are a little bit more lenient and you follow more of like an 80-20. But ultimately, we want to make sure that you're nourishing yourself and that your nervous system feels safe. So let's recap what we covered today. Holiday eating impacts fertility through blood sugar, inflammation, digestion, and hormone balance. Skipping meals, being super restrictive, and an all or nothing mindset are going to be some of your biggest fertility disruptors during the holidays. Balanced meals, protein, hydration, digestion support, and nervous system safety are going to ultimately allow you to enjoy this season while still supporting your conception. I just want you to remember you can enjoy the holidays and support your fertility. Both can coexist together. If you're ready to go into the new year with full on clarity on what's really blocking your pregnancy and the exact next steps to boost your fertility now, book your free fertility strategy call so we can map out your personalized plan to finally grow the family of your dreams. The link is right in the show notes. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you on our next episode where we are going to be setting a holiday fertility intention and declaring your desire for baby. Are you ready to finally discover why you haven't been able to get or stay pregnant? The Ultimate Fertility Blueprint is a quick, insightful quiz designed to reveal your overall capacity to conceive and help you discover potential root causes and areas to address to improve your fertility so you can finally get and stay pregnant. You'll find the link in the show notes. As a quick reminder and disclaimer, this podcast is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for medical advice. Always consult your doctor or healthcare provider before starting any new supplement or protocol, especially if you're actively trying to conceive or undergoing treatment.